Hi guys. Yeah, so back to the Osmo microphone thing. This is actually more of a problem than even I thought it would be. I tend to buy stuff and then work with it and try and work with it. But I just cannot get this concept that the Osmo won't capture audio. Basically, the audio is completely useless. They may as well, and just a sub point, I would be recording this on the Osmo if I didn't have to set up all my microphones and stuff to be able to record audio. I could forget that for a second. So you have to set up everything basically, and it would be better if they just didn't have a microphone built in, because it is completely unusable unless you don't want to capture audio. Maybe that's the case. If you don't want to capture audio, it's fine because you don't have to use their microphone. You can just mute that soundtrack out essentially, which is just sounds like you're underwater, and it's useless audio. So I don't even see the point. I'm struggling to understand. You can probably sense my annoyance is the fact that when they're sat in a room, all working out this product, or it's being produced, prototype one's being produced, and they've checked it out, and they've all sat around and gone, that mic, that's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll push that out to mass market. That's going to do. That's a pass. How can it be a pass? I mean, I can just give you a quick example. If you haven't seen my previous videos where excuse me, where I am basically opening it up and trying it out for the first time, it started to dawn on me then my disappointment in the audio, because it is completely unusable. Let me just do a quick clip filming myself talking just like I am now. I'm currently recording myself on an iPhone with a built-in mic which works, and you'll see see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is filming with the Osmo. I've had to obviously plug my camera into the side of it to be able to see exactly what I'm recording at. That's a sub point, but it's a point that I expected to be the case, which is you would need your phone as a viewfinder essentially to be able to see what you're doing. So it's not quite as easy vlogging as they call it. And I'll come to that in a minute because that's a tutorial video they've got up. So after I got this unit, in fact I'm going to stop there because the audio is going to be shocking. So it's pointless even to carry on recording. I'm sat in a quiet room. I'm right next to it. I'm about 10 inches away from the camera and the microphone. So let me start again and get to where you can actually hear me. So that was probably a good example of what I was talking about. I've yet to check, but I'm 100% confident it would be completely useless. You were just about to pick up my voice, just about, and I'll have to tweak the audio to try and bring it up to a level where you can hear it. So anyway, if you may or may not have heard what I was saying in there, what the thing that you could class me as, the type of recording I was going to do, I guess, would majority be in a class called vlogging. So you quickly get your camera out, quickly film something, got it, captured it, got it all done and dusted. Now I use my phone to do that currently. It's got a front-facing camera, a rear-facing camera. It's all good quality. It captures the audio despite it all being compact and about that thick. And that actually, now I've got a massive appreciation for how these phones actually do so well with, one, the camera quality, and two, the microphone. With this Osmo, got a huge chunk of massive fan that constantly goes, a bit like the drone, which is fine when it's on a drone. The drone doesn't capture audio, so I'm thinking DJI's strong point really is the visual, forget audio. And that's kind of my annoyance. The drone hasn't got a microphone built in. So you might as well just have not put a microphone on this, because it is hopeless. It's really bad. It makes you think they'd have been better off, it'd been less damaging for their reputation if they just left that out completely and said very, very clearly, by the way, you're going to need a microphone. Now, my annoyance comes from the following video, because when I went that night, after I first opened it up, I thought, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to study this. There must be a way of recording proper audio. I'm doing something wrong. There's no way it's this bad. I just haven't set it up correctly. And the answer is no, and I've actually written to Osmo and or DJI, sorry. The answer I got from them was this. Dear Sir, Madam, a bit strange, because I've ordered thousands of pounds worth of kit off them. Greeting from DJI store, online store. Thank you for your email. Sorry if the inconvenience may have caused to you. Please be noted, we do have the standard 3.5mm port, which is available to plug into your microphone into for audio recording. Sorry to inform that the mic from the phone is not available. Thank you for your understanding. Right, okay. Now, what I'd written to him about was, surely we can utilise the mic. Surely in my camera. Because that works really, really well. So, as in my iPhone, sorry, and not just the camera. Whilst I'm recording with the Osmo, surely I can use the microphone from the phone to do the audio work. Because that way, you don't have to worry about mixing the two tracks together. When you hit start, it starts recording. It's all good. There's no extra editing after. You can't do that. I hope they listen to that, or someone passes that on, or they've got it planned, because you may as well utilize the microphone built into this phone, which works really, really well, and just start recording at the same time and capture the audio track. Who knows whether that'll work. Anyway, back to the tutorial videos that we're watching, and he does a specific one for vlogging, and there is not a hint of the 20-minute setup for the microphones before, or if you've preset them all up ready to go, the 5-minute setup for the microphones. He's got the Osmo out, he's walking on the street, he's flicking it back and forward, selfie, yeah, you can spin it back round, he's talking. No mention of a microphone, I can't even see a mic on him. Let me show you this now. So there he is, in all his glory.
Anytime online, then you will have seen some of the biggest vloggers doing what they do best, talking to a static camera. But if they go out into the world, suddenly the quality of the video plummets. Unless you're riding a hoverboard, you don't get the smooth video you really want. When I'm using an Osmo, I can get a completely smooth shot. I can also turn the camera around to see what's in front of me.
Definitely nothing plugged in.
Double tap of the trigger. If I want a more extreme view, I just attach the Osmo to the extension rod.
There's no mic.
Start walking. That's all for now. Check back soon.
There is no mic.
Quick tips.
Right, and that kind of is my point really. That is extremely misleading. That looks like you can just get the Osmo out, start recording everything. Brilliant. Do it as you would do with your phone. In fact, they've given an exact parallel example of using a phone. What you want to do is get rid of your phone, start using the Osmo, because this is the way forward. And in the video, there's no, oh, but. Go and buy a microphone. Don't buy a £20 microphone, because that's going to be way too cheap to actually pick up the quality of audio you need to match our video. You're going to need something like this. I mean, these ones here, I've had these for what, 4 or 5 years, and they cost 600 quid. They work really well. When you plug them into the Osmo, you get perfect audio. It's beautiful. But you suddenly go from having to have just this in this lovely little bag here, which is great. You go from having to remember to bring both those, wire yourself up, or the subject, whatever you're going to do, or keep taking them in and out and moving the mics around to suit your filming. But then you also need to make sure that you've got your batteries in there, in both the units, and then do an audio test before you start to make sure that the mics are actually connected up, they're all good, and they're recording at the right levels, and then you can go. That is not the same as vlogging, the video they showed where you just take the Osmo out, film. That is what I thought I was doing. I thought that's what's going to happen. That isn't so, and I'm a bit disappointed. And for those of you who don't like the disappointment that I'm experiencing, please offer solutions to the problem. The solution really isn't going to buy a mic, but if I'm not allowed to return this, which is what I'm planning to do, then I would like suggestions of mics, please, that are less cumbersome than these, which are pretty small and they slide in your pocket. But they're ridiculously high quality, but also at the same time I probably don't need something quite like that. I just want something that I can plug in, ideally plug into the port, which is here, plug into there, and it's non-intrusive. It just sort of works. I'm not sure what happens when you do a selfie though, because if it's just plugged into there, the mic itself into the front, if that's possible, then it won't be facing you when you turn the camera around. So it's got to be a non-directional mic, I presume, which I think you need to be quite a bit different and quite bigger. Yeah. So any suggestions on that would be great, but I'll let you know how it goes with returning the Osmo. I was really looking forward to doing lots of film with it. But for instance, a first example, last night, firework night, November the 5th. Thought, tell you what I'll do is I will take this and film, walking through the crowds and stuff. And as I was driving, I thought, I haven't got any microphones or anything. And so I tried it this morning, filming, turning both cameras on at the same time. So using the DJI app to set up my view for the Osmo. Then I started recording on the Osmo, then turned off the DJI app, turned on my camera on my phone to record basically the audio track. But then you just can't see where that's pointing. That's the trouble. You've got to try and work out where it might be pointing. I wasn't just recording myself. I was trying to record something on a screen. So that doesn't work. So unless someone comes up with some really good suggestions in the comments of this video, or DJI get back to me with some solution, it's pretty much useless for what I need to do. I think the time that you could use it is if you've set up a place you know you're going to do some shots with, the type of work you're going to do, and you've dedicated some time to be in that place. You can set up all the equipment. Because I've got a suspicion it doesn't film very well at night either, or in dark or low light conditions. I've just got a suspicion. Haven't tested it. Just got a suspicion by the one I did indoors, where I was running on a corridor, up and down a corridor. It's grainy. And it just makes me think it's not going to work well in low light. And I know what they're going to say. It's fine, you can go out and buy a load of lighting rigs. And once you've got the lighting rigs, it'll work fine. It'd be nice if it coped well with low light conditions. Not darkness, obviously, but just low light. So it gets a bit dusky. It still films okay, but I don't think it's going to. Anyway, this is about the microphone, not about that. So yeah, comment in the section below. It would be great if there was a solution. Someone says you get a mic that's that big, plug it into the front. It's a non-powered one, or it powers itself from the port or whatever it does, and it's no hassle, and you can just put it in that box with the Osmo, without having to carry another bag with you. But yeah, pretty disappointing, to be honest.